Big Brother's two-night premiere event begins right here on CBS 46 tonight at 8 o'clock.
Well, 4:46 right now. Apparently fire chiefs are looking a lot younger these days. 10-year-old Ethan Duhan was fire chief for a day in Forest Park. The city Children's Healthcare and Clipper Petroleum helped make it happen. Ethan seemed pretty comfortable in his new role, too.
I like being head of something, and I like to tell people, and I like to solve problems a lot.
Yeah, he likes to tell people what to do.
Right.
Well, who doesn't, right? Ethan's goals go beyond the fire department. He says he would like to provide more porta potties for the homeless. Wow, he is really thinking about this. Give teachers pay raises and make baseball games more affordable. We like how he's thinking.
Done. He's got my vote.
You're right.
All right, it's 3 minutes till 5. Bad business coming up new at 5 o'clock. How film crews are impacting local businesses in the downtown area.
Boy, you're looking like my type, but tell me, can you hit it right? Cause if I let you in tonight, you better put it down. Now we do it all the talk, I ain't playing anymore. You heard me when I said before, you better put it down. Make me say, you the one I like. Come on, put your body on, might. Keep it up all night. Don't let me down. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. Yeah, don't let me down. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. Yeah, don't let me down. You come over, we could chill. Tell each other how we feel. But baby, know I love the thrill. When you put it down. I'm alright on my own, but with you I'm in the zone. One shot, don't let it go. You better put it down. Make me say, you the one I like. Come on, put your body on, might. Keep it up all night. Don't let me down. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. Yeah, don't let me down.
This is CBS 46 News at 5. Getting results.
A tree lands on top of a home. We're live where overnight other trees fell in metro Atlanta, causing similar damage as well as power outages.
You can't explain to the landlord that, hey, I lost money and I wasn't able to make my rent because there was a movie out here for 3-4 days.
Yeah, local business owners upset with film shoots cutting into their bottom line. New at 5, how one man says movies filmed in Atlanta are costing him money. It is Tuesday, the 25th day of June. Thanks for being with us this morning. I'm Tracy Hutchins.
Good morning, I'm Gravere. And so we did have that line of storms move through yesterday afternoon and evening. Trees just falling across metro Atlanta after that severe weather hit us. Take a look. Overnight, a tree fell onto a home. This is on Oak Drive in southeast Atlanta. Now, it doesn't look like that tree actually went through the roof. We are checking to see if anybody was home when this happened. Okay, so we'll have more on that coming up. Hopefully a much calmer day today, Rodney.
Yes, everybody gets a break today, so you don't have to worry about any severe weather. The rain chances do come back into the forecast, and we'll talk about wind coming up.
Okay, and we've had a big traffic issue this morning too, Beth.
Yes, a lot of this caused the entire section of the perimeter be shut down between Langford Parkway and Camp Creek. Lucky for us though, now you can see this. It's back open. Yes, this is the traffic that is flowing right now. Folks are able to get on the highway instead of being diverted. One point in time, this entire section between 285 and Langford Parkway and Camp Creek was shut down completely for southbound traffic. Cars were being diverted onto Langford and to Camp Creek, but now that was just reopened, so folks can actually still go through the area. It is still a little bit of slow go because there is some police activity still over there, but for the most part, if you take a wider look at the map, it's looking good. Coming from the north side of town, from Alpharetta down 400, Cobb County down 75, or Gwinnett down 85 right now, speeds into the 70s above the speed limit. From the other direction, coming from the south side of town, Union City slows down a bit, just about 68 miles per hour, 70 on 75, but when you're right around McDonough, it will slow down to about 51. And then on 675, back into the 70s. That's your pinpoint traffic. Rodney, over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Beth. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's a live look that you're looking at right now over Centennial Olympic Park. A partly cloudy start to your day with temperatures similar to what we saw yesterday in the upper 60s and lower 70s around Metro Atlanta. It's currently 71 degrees in the city of Atlanta right now, so that's the same as what we were seeing the last hour. 69 degrees in Marietta, 69 in Lawrenceville and Jonesboro. Good morning to you in Clayton County. If you were up super early this morning, your temperature is 71 degrees right now. As we walk you through today, we'll drop down to 69 degrees in Atlanta. This is 7 o'clock as you head out the door to work. A partly cloudy sky that we will keep in place for lunchtime today. 85 degrees will be your temperature at noon. And then as you're headed home from work later on this evening, 89 degrees. So another hot day, a little bit drier today, dry enough to where we'll take those rain chances out of your forecast, but they do eventually return, and we'll talk more about that with your 7-day forecast, more weather and traffic in under 10 minutes.
Rodney, thanks. We'll see you in just a few minutes. It's now approaching 4 minutes after 5, and right now hundreds of homes and businesses don't have any power.
Well, that's because overnight a tree fell onto power lines in southwest Atlanta. This morning, CBS 46's Daniel Wilkerson. He's live in an area where they are working on that. Daniel, we see the utility truck right behind you. Where are you at exactly?
Yeah, we are at Barge Road and Greenbrier, roadblocks everywhere. I tell you, this was our 5th attempt to get to this location. We've been able to move a little closer to where we think the root of it all is. It's still dark. Folks don't know how much you'll be able to see. We're going to try to zoom in as far as we can, but they are working on that huge tree that's across the road, and we are thinking, we don't have this confirmed, but we are thinking that this tree is what caused that closure you heard Beth talk about on 285, not too far from here. We understand that they are rehanging power lines, and the power lines were so low that they were rehanging that the 18-wheelers were not able to get through there. I want to also show you this. You can see members of Georgia Power there getting their game plan together. More roadblocks, that's one. This is what we have seen in every direction. But folks, if you look up here to the right here, you can see that pole that snapped in half. Power lines, transformer, power lines on it, down. This is what we have seen duplicated throughout Fulton County, especially our drive here. Again, it took us several attempts to get here, so that kind of gives you a glimpse of what you might be facing once the sun comes up. We don't know exactly how long it's going to take them to get all of this remedied, but of course, if it runs over to the sun coming up, rush hour, it will wreak havoc on everyone's commute. We're going to stick with the situation here, and we will have another live update coming up in less than 30 minutes. We're live in Southwest Atlanta this morning. Daniel Wilkerson, CBS 46 News.
Daniel, thank you. 5:05 right now. People in East Point also cleaning up this morning. Monday night, trees fell along Kimbridge Drive. We also saw downed trees in parts of Southwest Atlanta. One woman says she was hurt while she was sitting right on her front porch. You can download the CBS 46 app to get Atlanta's most accurate pinpoint weather on your phone. Just text CBS 46 to 23765 for updated temperatures in your neighborhood.
It's 5:06 now, and new this morning, we have a clearer look at the man accused in a bold robbery. Gwinnett County Police say Terrence Brody reached into a cash register, snatched out some cash. and then ran out of a Peachtree Corners store. We first told you about this story last week. We showed you this surveillance video. Police say Brody's the man that you see in those blue shorts there reaching into that cash register. He apparently asked for change for $1, but once the cashier opened the register, Brody leaped over and then grabbed cash out of that register and ran out.
CBS 46 tracking a crime alert in Henry County this morning. Police are looking for a man accused of taking a picture up a woman's skirt. It happened while that woman stood in line at the Kroger on Hudson Bridge Road in Stockbridge. Well, new this morning, CBS 46 working to get results for frustrated business owners who say they are fed up with recent movie shoots cutting into their bottom line.
You know, this is kind of, I guess, a love-hate relationship with a lot of these businesses. You've probably seen some of these production crews when you drive through Atlanta. Businesses are calling on city officials to help them offset potential losses. Adam Harding is here with a look at those concerns. We always talk about how great the movie industry is for Georgia.
Yeah, well, and when the shoe's on the other foot, think about it this way. If you're a small business owner and you've invested a lot of your own money into the city, you might have some similar frustrations. Businesses admit that the film shoots are really great for the city. They create jobs, they create money for the city of Atlanta. But a few businesses in downtown Atlanta tell us that they're simply fed up with all of this. Trucks taking up valuable parking spots for days on end, or trucks blocking a travel lane, which could really cut down. You know how traffic is downtown. They say it is also cutting into their bottom line. And typically trucks carrying movie equipment can sit parked for roughly a week, even if the movie shoot is only for a day. Well, this morning we're working to get results for those local business owners who say that they're the ones who are fully invested in the city. They're now calling on officials to help them from losing any more business.
There's already movies booked out here all the way to September. And all we want is so when they go, they purchase their permit from the city, and I'm glad to see them bringing work and creating jobs and helping the revenue in the city. But when they purchase the permits, we all have set costs. I know for a fact each day I need about $1,250 to set off my loss, to offset the loss that I'm receiving.
Well, this morning, he's not the only business owner raising concerns. Because of those concerns, I've reached out to the city for response. We'll let you know what they have to say. Gravir?
Adam Harding in studio for us this morning. Adam, thank you so much for that. New this morning at 9 minutes after 5, President Trump may visit the demilitarized zone in South Korea this week. That's the stretch of land between North and South Korea where troops from either country are not allowed. He's going to be in Seoul for a scheduled trip after the G20 summit in Japan. The South Korean government official who confirmed the visit also said President Trump will not meet with the leaders of either North or South Korea during that trip. So far, White House officials haven't announced the president's schedule.
Well, former gubernatorial nominee Stacey Abrams is in Washington, D.C. this afternoon. She'll testify before Congress about how Shelby County versus Holder paved the way for voter suppression in efforts in Georgia and many other states. Abrams lost to Governor Brian Kemp last year, but is considering running for president in 2020. Now let's get back to Bobeth Yates at 5:09 right now. I know you've been tracking a major issue on 285.
Well, I'm smiling because I have good news to report. That incident is now all clear. Cars are moving. And just like this area right behind me, this is I-28 Thornton Road, both east and westbound lanes moving speeds in the area into the upper 60s and 70s. Wider look at the map, that's what we're seeing. A lot of green, no incidents to report. As you did mention, there was an issue that caused low lines on 285 just between Camp Creek and Langford Parkway. Traffic was being diverted onto Langford and onto Camp Creek. There is some police activity still out there on Camp Creek, so you still have to use a little bit of caution when you're in that area, but the lanes are open, so that is the good news. Coming from the south side of town up from Union City, speeds on 85 right now around 68, and we're seeing similar speeds on 675 and 75. There is going to be a slowdown into the 50s as you approach McDonough on 75, but for the most part, the rest of the area is into the upper 60s and 70s. Same thing coming from the north side of town from Alpharetta down 400, or even coming down 85 down from Gwinnett. 80s, 85 speeds in the area now into the 70s. That's your pinpoint traffic. All right, over to Rodney.
All right, thank you so much, Bobeth. We're going to take you to the satellite and radar this morning to give you an idea of what we went through yesterday. We were talking about the damage that we saw. These are the storms that moved through metro Atlanta. The third straight day that we had showers and storms move through. Of course, you felt the heavy rain, a lot of lightning, and unfortunately some damaging winds. You'll see that one more time as those storms fired up late on Monday afternoon and pushed through the region Monday evening, producing those damaging winds. Behind these showers and storms, we still have some cloud cover left over, but here's the setup for today. Very different than yesterday. We have high pressure, which is close by, and remember, high pressure is good. We like high pressure because that brings better weather, typically drier weather, and certainly no rain. So because that high pressure is so close today, it'll be a little bit drier in terms of how it'll feel on your skin. It'll still be hot, so hot will be the story today, but high pressure is close enough to where we're going to take the rain chances out of your forecast. So we get a break today from the rain. Your afternoon high is 89 degrees. We'll keep that break around on Wednesday too. The rain chances a little bit higher as you go south of Atlanta on Wednesday, but in metro Atlanta itself, 90 and dry. And then the high pressure kind of moves away, so we go back into that pattern starting on Thursday where there is at least an isolated risk of an afternoon or early evening storm, something that you're very used to in the summertime, with those highs staying in the upper 80s to lower 90s. And we'll keep you up to date with the latest weather and traffic on your Tuesday, with more to come in under 10 minutes.
Rodney, thank you. We'll see you in just a bit. It is now 5:12. A $1 billion pledge to bring affordable housing to Atlanta is taking off.
Coming up new at 5 o'clock, when more than 140 apartments will be ready for you to move in.
You're watching CBS 46 News, getting results.
Takes me back to a better time when I saw everything is good, but now you're the only thing that's good. Trying to stand up on my own 2 feet. This conversation ain't coming easily, and darling, I know it's getting late. So what do you say we leave this place? Walk me home in the dead of night. I can't be alone with all that's on my mind. So say you'll stay with me tonight, 'cause there is so much wrong going on outside. There's something in the way I wanna cry that makes me think we'll make it out alive. So come on and show me how we're good. I think that we could do some good. Walk me home in the dead of night. I can't be alone with
Welcome back. It is 15 minutes after 5 on your Tuesday. Here's a live look at Centennial Olympic Park, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the background. Rodney Harris is here. He's going to have our forecast for today. Not as rough. We won't have as much of that severe weather. We won't have any, actually. It's going to be nice and warm today. He's going to have a breakdown of your forecast just ahead. Happening today, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell will meet with 9/11 first responders.
Now that comes almost 2 weeks after comedian Jon Stewart berated McConnell and other members of Congress for a depleted fund of money which was set aside for people who rushed in to help after the terrorist attacks.
They did their jobs. 18 years later, do yours.
Senator McConnell responded, saying the issue will be addressed, and he didn't know why Stewart was, quote, all bent out of shape.
Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms is rolling out her plan to bring affordable housing to the city. On Monday, the mayor held a groundbreaking for new apartments in Southwest Atlanta. New Creekside at Adamsville Place apartments will offer rental rates affordable to families at 30, 60, or 80% of their median income. $1 billion has been invested for this project and others as well, and it's coming from public and private sources. The goal is also to prevent people from being pushed out of their homes.
A lot of people, don't make a lot of money, so they can't afford, the high cost, of living and so on.
Rents are going up in and around our city, but the increase in wages is not keeping pace. There's a growing gap between what people can afford and what people make. We will continue to dedicate ourselves to creating an environment where our residents can afford to live and also live with dignity.
The new Creekside at Adamsville Place apartments are expected to be finished by fall of next year. The mayor also unveiled a plan for all of Atlanta that includes 20,000 affordable homes by 2026.
It's now 17 minutes after 5 o'clock, and a man accused of prostituting out women is denied bond. Yesterday, a judge told Kendrick Roberts that he has to stay in jail. Roberts is facing several charges of human trafficking and false imprisonment. Prosecutors say he held women against their will at a Sandy Springs mansion and then forced them to strip for money.
In my 35 years, I have no convictions. I have no record of any sort. So I don't see how I can be judged to be a threat.
Given the severity and significance of the charges, I think there would be a significant motivator for you to leave the jurisdiction in an effort to avoid your prosecution.
The judge also expressed worries that Roberts would try to intimidate witnesses if he was released. Roberts is scheduled to be back in court for a motions hearing on July 1st. 18 minutes after 5, and Beth Yates is back with a look at our pinpoint traffic.
All right, well, it's looking good right now. A couple incidents to tell you about. We're getting a report of an accident at 285 and Roswell Road, but you can see no lanes are blocked at the current moment and things are actually moving. That accident is right after the intersection. Again, all lanes are moving in the area. We're expecting it to continue that way since the accident is off to the side. A wider look at the map, though, we're seeing a lot of green as folks try to make their way out this morning. Speeds in the area into the 60s and 70s. We did have a slowdown, and there is some police presence still at 285 by Camp Creek. Between Langford Parkway and Camp Creek, the highway was shut down for quite some time, but that has been reopened. Police activity still on the roadway right now, so you want to keep a little bit of caution as you pass Langford. But coming from the other side of town, Union City, Stockbridge, even coming up 675, speeds in the area into the 60s and 70s. Things will slow down a bit once you pass McDonough into the 50s. Coming out of north side of town from Marietta, Alpharetta, or coming from Gwinnett, speeds in those areas into the 70s right now. That's a pinpoint traffic. Roddy, over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Beth. Here's a live look over the city of Atlanta. Partly cloudy as you start your Tuesday. No rain to worry about today. Your temperatures right now in the low 70s, where it's currently 71 degrees with a west-southwest wind at about 9 miles per hour. That is now shifted from the west. It will shift from the northwest later on today, bringing in some slightly drier air, which will help to keep those rain chances down today. Marietta, you are currently at 69 degrees. Canton, you're at 68 degrees. And Gainesville, good morning to you up in Hall County. You're currently at 69 degrees. So here is a look at your commute weather-wise. As you head out the door this morning, we're going to call it green, 69 degrees, completely dry. Just a touch cooler this morning than what we've seen over the past few mornings in Atlanta. And then as you're headed home from work later on today, 5 o'clock, 89 degrees, so hot, but we're going to still call it green because we're going to keep the rain chances completely out of your forecast, not only for today, but for Wednesday as well. So 89 this afternoon, 90 on Wednesday. Temperatures warming up here over the next couple of days. And then you'll notice the rain chances back in your forecast for the end of the week and headed into the weekend. These aren't high rain chances, but the heat and the humidity combined will give us that risk of an isolated storm in the afternoon and early evening, similar to what we saw last weekend. So we'll get those rain chances back in your forecast starting on Thursday. But until then, you can enjoy at least the next 2 days that will be rain-free. We'll keep you up to date with the latest weather and traffic with more to come in under 10 minutes.
Thanks, Rodney. It's 21 minutes after 5 now, and we do have a heads up for parents or anybody else who takes care of young children. Baby formula that was sold only at Walmart's being recalled. Foreign metal was found inside Parents' Choice Advantage infant formula milk-based powder. Now, so far, there are no reports of any cases of this coming from parents. Your time now is approaching 5:22. Summer, of course, is a perfect time for a pool party. Coming up new at 5 o'clock, how much it's going to cost you to do some laps at this lavish location, I should say.
Firefighters apparently getting younger by the day. New at 5, who made it possible for this little guy to lead a Metro Atlanta Fire Department for a day.
And here's a look at what's coming up tonight on CBS 46 at 8 o'clock. It's the season premiere of Big Brother, followed by FBI and Blood and Treasure. And then, of course, at 11 o'clock, don't go to bed before you tune in and watch CBS 46 News at 11 to find out what made news during your day.
The smell of your perfume is floating down the stairs. You're fixing up your hair like you do. I know that I'll be a mess the second that I see you. You won't be surprised, it happens every time, it's nothing new. It's always on a night like tonight. I thank God you can read my mind, 'cause when you look at me with those eyes, I'm speechless, staring at you standing there in that dress. What it's doing to me ain't a secret, 'cause watching you is all that I can do. And I'm speechless, you already know that you're my weakness. After all this time I'm just as nervous every time you walk into the room. I'm speechless. It started when you said hello, just did something to me. And I've been in a daze ever since the day that we met. You take the breath out of my lungs, can't even fight it, and all of the words out of my mouth without even trying. And I'm speechless, staring at you standing there in that dress. What it's doing to me ain't a secret, 'cause watching you is all that I can do. And I'm speechless, you already know that you're my weakness.
Good morning and welcome back. It's 24 minutes, almost 25 minutes after 5 o'clock on this Tuesday morning. There's a live look right now over Midtown Atlanta. 71 degrees outside, but certainly a little drier than we saw the last several days. None of the storms that we've had expected today. Rodney's going to join us in a few minutes to tell us what we can expect. A good day of cleanup for all those people dealing with a mess from those storms. New this morning, start saving those pennies. A pool party at this California castle can be yours for the price of $950 per person. That's after you pay the $500 annual membership fee. That fee covers food, music, wine, and beer. Also, you get a chance to say that you swam in a nearly 90-year-old pool. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Only 4 dates are available for booking: July 6th, August 3rd, August 24th, and September 21st. All the proceeds go toward conservation of Hearst Castle and educational programs for underserved students. So that, I guess, is the positive side of that.
You can chalk it up to charity.
Exactly. All right. Metro Atlanta's newest fire chief isn't even old enough to drink, vote, or even shave.
Yeah, but he's still pretty good at his job, we'd say. Monday, 10-year-old Ethan Duhon was named fire chief for a day in Forest Park. The city, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, and Clipper Petroleum helped make it happen. Ethan seemed pretty comfortable in his new role, too.
I like being head of something, and I like to tell people, and I like to solve problems a lot.
So here's how much he's thought about this job. Ethan's goals go far beyond the fire department. He says he would like to provide more porta potties for the homeless, give teachers pay raises, and make baseball games more affordable. We think he should run for mayor instead of being appointed as police chief or fire chief.
Fire chief, like a true leader in the making, right? Those are some great leadership skills.
It is 5:26 right now. Still ahead, the simple change that's helping McDonald's apparently win the fast food wars.
Also, hear why a company that makes opioids has to pay a state more than $80 million.
And the smell coming from the CBS 46 kitchen is really smelling good. We're celebrating National Catfish Day ahead at 6. Chef Holly from Phenomenal Food is serving up a hot plate of fish along with some grits. She's got some Cajun catfish as well. All kinds of dish. Anything you can do with catfish, I think she's created this morning. We're going to dig in coming up in just a bit.
Right now you can see there is just a line of trucks out here, crews all
Right now on CBS 46, we're live where homes and businesses are in the dark after severe weather marches through metro Atlanta.
JetBlue and Walmart are headed to court. New at 5:30 why the airline has a problem with one of Walmart's newest marketing ideas.
And we've got some good news for people who love coffee and also want to lose weight. Hear how drinking a hot cup of joe might help melt those love handles.
CBS 46 News at 5:30 starts now.
I want to know what it does for the saddlebags, too. We're going to find out about all of that. Good morning. It's Tuesday, June 25th. I'm Gurveer Dinsa.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. A lot of people, maybe you had a rough night of sleep because many are still waking up to severe weather damage after powerful storms ripped through several neighborhoods. On Monday night, a CBS 46 viewer sent us this video from Cumming. Look at that. High winds knocked a tree down onto Tolbert Street. Police had to stop drivers, had to stop them in their tracks, basically. They didn't want them to use the road because, of course, the tree was all the way across it, blocking traffic. Now, the thing was, we've had a couple of days of severe weather. Today, we're going to get a break.
We are good to go. We get a nice break today. It's going to be hot, but it will be rain-free, so we'll talk about that coming up. More importantly, I want to know how I can drink coffee and lose weight. That is the story that I'm looking forward to.
You and I are both coffee drinkers.
We are,
so we're going to pay attention to this story. Some of those
Good
strong,
luck with that.
Yeah, some of those strong storms knocked down power lines, as we've been talking about. That did impact traffic earlier today.
Yes.
Hopefully things are better.
Yes, things are better now. Literally, traffic was shut down between Langford Parkway and Camp Creek, but things are all open and things are good. This is a live look at 285 at Roswell Road, where we're getting reports of an accident. You can actually see the car or the truck that's right here on the side. That is causing some of the delays. But here you are right now. We do have lanes blocked and the congestion is starting to build, but it is not that bad yet. So you don't have too much to worry about. A wider look at the map, though, there is a lot of green all over Metro Atlanta going into the north side of town, coming down from Marietta on Cobb. A 75 speeds around 73. Similar speeds coming on down 400 and also coming down from 85 in Gwinnett County. On the other side of town, we're seeing things similar, 60s and 70s. Things will slow down a bit when you get close to Medina area into the 50s. And then even on 20 coming from Conyers or Lithonia, speeds above the speed limit if you're going west. Eastbound into town, we are seeing things similar speeds around the 70s, but there will be a slowdown westbound on 20 on the west side of the perimeter when you get to Six Flags Parkway into the 20s right there. That's your pinpoint traffic. Rodney, over to you.
All right, thank you both, Beth. Here's a live look at Sandy Springs this morning. You can see 400 and 285 at the bottom of your screen, more specifically 400 there on the bottom right. And way off in the distance toward the center of your screen, that is the city of Atlanta. As you wake up this morning, it will be partly cloudy with temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Out the door right now at 71 in Atlanta, 70 in Griffin, 67 is your current temperature in Rome. And good morning to you in Putnam County, Edenton. You are currently at 70 degrees. So later on today, again, we get a break from the rain, so you don't have to worry about any severe weather. It'll be partly cloudy but hot today. 89 degrees will be the high, which is similar to what we saw on Monday. The average for this time of year is 88 degrees, so we'll be right around average. And of course, the further south you go from Atlanta, the warmer it will be. 90 later on today in LaGrange, 90 in Edenton, and a little bit cooler as you head further north. 87 degrees for those of you in Canton, and 86 degrees is your high temperature in Ellijay. We'll talk about when those isolated rain chances will come back into the forecast with more weather and traffic in under 10 minutes.
Rodney, thanks. And of course, those severe storms that moved through the last couple of days caused some major issues. Homes and businesses, many of them don't have any power this morning.
Yeah, it was all because of last night when severe weather rolled through Metro Atlanta, causing widespread outages. This morning, CBS 46's Meghan Packer is live on Briarcliff Road, near Briar Vista Terrace in DeKalb County. Megan, you have utility crews behind you as well. What's going on there?
Yeah, a really busy scene out here, Tracy and Gravier. Briarcliff Road, first and foremost, blocked in this area. You can see there is just a line of trucks out here. You've got Georgia Power crews along with their contractors. They're all out here doing their individual parts, trying to get power restored for their affected customers. They have been up in the bucket trucks and they just lowered those crews back down to the ground within the past few minutes. Take a look at the video we shot when we were out here earlier this morning. We saw them replacing a power pole, and then right around the corner on Briar Vista Terrace, there is another set of crews working. My photographer over at that scene saw a tree cut up on the ground there. Now, at this point, Georgia Power reports 962 customers are affected in this area, and they say the power is expected to be restored by noon. Statewide, the company is seeing about 4,400 customers in the dark right now, compared to more than 26,000 people at the height of the storms last night. So when you compare those numbers, you can see that they are making some progress. As we take you back here live this morning along Briarcliff, I can tell you all these trucks are lined up right at the entrance of a subdivision. It's early enough right now that we haven't seen folks trying to come and go, but we'll keep a close eye on this as the morning goes on. We're right near Stevens Drive as well, so if you're familiar with this area, we are seeing traffic diverted down Stevens when they can't come down Briarcliff. Could be a little bit of a headache for drivers as the morning commute thickens as the day goes on. We'll keep you posted throughout the morning.